What if Pisces was never meant to be understood in ordinary ways? What if the reason this sign feels so mysterious is because Pisces does not move through life like everyone else? It moves through feelings, dreams, flashes of intuition, and emotional tides most people are too distracted to notice. And that is exactly why the connection between Pisces and the moon feels so powerful. Because when Pisces meets the moon, astrology stops sounding abstract. It starts sounding personal. It starts sounding like the ache you could never explain, the mood that came out of nowhere, the strange feeling that you knew something before it happened. Pisces is not ruled by the moon. That matters. In traditional astrology, Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. In modern astrology, it is linked to Neptune. But even without lunar rulership, Pisces has one of the deepest natural resonances with the moon of any sign in the zodiac. Why? Because the moon governs your emotional body, your instincts, your private self, your memories, your need for comfort, your vulnerability. The moon shows what you are like when the world goes quiet. And Pisces was born for quiet worlds. Pisces is the sign that feels what others miss. It hears what is not being said. It catches the shift in tone, the sadness behind the smile, the heaviness in a room before anyone speaks. This is not just sensitivity. This is emotional permeability. Pisces does not just observe emotion. It absorbs it. And the moon, which rules tides and cycles and invisible inner movement, speaks directly to that part of Pisces that lives below the surface. That is where the magic begins. Pisces is a water sign, but not the kind of water that crashes like a wave and makes itself known. Pisces is deep water, foggy water, sacred water. It drifts, blends, softens, and reaches places no one can map. And because it is mutable, Pisces does not stay fixed in one emotional shape for long. It shifts. It adapts. It changes with the energy around it. One moment it is warm and tender. The next it is distant and unreachable. Not because it is fake, because it is porous, because it feels too much too fast. And the moon understands that language perfectly. The moon does not speak in logic. It speaks in moods, in cravings, in reactions you feel before you can explain them. The moon is that inner pull towards safety, comfort, memory, and emotional truth. It is what rises in you when you are tired, hurt, homesick, in love, overwhelmed, or alone. So when you connect Pisces with the moon, you get a person or an energy that lives through emotional undercurrents. Not appearances, not performance, undercurrents. This is why Pisces can seem almost psychic. Have you ever met someone who knew you were hurting before you admitted it to yourself? Someone who could sense tension from a single text? Someone who changed emotionally the second a room changed, as if they were tuned to a hidden station no one else could hear? That is Pisces moon energy in action, even when the person is not literally a Pisces moon. Pisces has an instinctive relationship with the unseen. It trusts feeling before fact. Sometimes that becomes wisdom. Sometimes that becomes heartbreak. And that is the first big twist in this connection. Because the same gift that makes Pisces compassionate can also make Pisces exhausted. The same softness that makes Pisces beautiful can also make Pisces vulnerable. This sign has an incredible capacity to hold space for others, to forgive, to understand, to feel with people instead of judging them from a distance. But if Pisces does not have boundaries, it starts carrying emotions that were never theirs to begin with. It starts mistaking absorption for love. It starts confusing pain with depth. That is where the moon becomes both a blessing and a test. The moon wants security. It wants emotional truth. It wants to return to what feels safe. But Pisces does not always define safety in practical ways. Sometimes Pisces finds safety in fantasy, in longing, in nostalgia, in what could have been, in a dream of connection that feels more beautiful than reality. And that is why this sign can be so hard to understand. Pisces is not weak. Pisces is deeply impressionable. It can turn one memory into a whole private universe. One loss can echo for years. One act of kindness can become sacred. This is why Pisces often loves in ways that feel almost unreal. When Pisces bonds emotionally, it does not stay on the surface. It dives. It imagines. It merges. It feels the potential in a person, the hidden pain in a person, the better version of a person. And when that combines with lunar energy, especially strong moon energy, the emotional experience becomes even more intense. Now it is not just love. It is memory, hope, rescue, intuition, and imagination all wrapped together. Beautiful, yes, but dangerous too, because Pisces can fall in love with what it senses, not just what is real. And now the story gets even deeper. If someone has the moon in Pisces, this connection becomes impossible to ignore. A Pisces moon is one of the most emotionally open placements in astrology. These people often feel everything at once. They are gentle, imaginative, compassionate, and deeply intuitive. They can read emotional atmospheres without effort. They can be incredibly nurturing. They often know how to comfort people without needing the perfect words. Sometimes just their presence feels healing. But here's the cost. A Pisces moon may struggle to tell where their feelings end and other people's feelings begin. They may feel drained after being around conflict. They may pick up sadness they cannot explain. They may retreat instead of confronting. They may look calm while carrying an entire ocean inside. And if no one teaches them how to ground themselves, they can drown in emotional noise. That is why Pisces and the moon together can create such a dramatic inner life. Outwardly, this person may look soft, dreamy, even passive. But inwardly, there are storms, tides, visions, old wounds, secret hopes, and emotional waves arriving day and night. This is not a shallow person. This is someone who feels life through the soul first. And that is what makes Pisces unforgettable. Pisces sees beauty where others see nothing. It finds meaning in music, in silence, in timing, in symbols, in glances, in endings. The moon amplifies all of that. Suddenly a song is not just a song. It is a portal. A memory is not just a memory. It is a feeling that returns with full force. A dream is not just random. It feels like a message. Whether you take that spiritually or psychologically, the result is the same. Pisces with lunar energy lives close to the subconscious, close to mystery, close to everything most people spend their lives trying to ignore. But there is a shadow side, and this is where the real turning point happens. If Pisces never learns discernment, sensitivity can become self-destruction. Compassion can become martyrdom. Imagination can become escape. Instead of using intuition as a guide, Pisces may let emotion run the entire show. Instead of resting, Pisces may disappear. Instead of healing, Pisces may romanticize pain. This is why some Pisces seem impossible to pin down. They are not always hiding from others. Sometimes they are trying to find themselves in the flood. That is why emotional boundaries are not optional for Pisces. They are survival. The higher expression of Pisces is not numbness. It is not becoming harder. It is not pretending not to care. The higher expression is learning how to feel deeply without being consumed by every feeling. Learning that empathy does not mean carrying everyone. Learning that intuition becomes more powerful when it is grounded. Learning that not every sad emotion belongs to you. Learning that you can be soft and still have limits. And when Pisces learns that, everything changes. Now the same person who once drowned in emotion becomes a healer. The same person who once escaped into fantasy becomes an artist, a guide, a creator, a comfort to others. The same sensitivity that once felt unbearable becomes the source of their power. This is the evolved Pisces moon connection. Not chaos, not confusion, sacred emotional intelligence. This is the Pisces who turns pain into poetry. The Pisces who sits with someone in silence and somehow makes them feel less alone. The Pisces who can sense what is broken and respond with tenderness instead of fear. The Pisces who understands that feeling deeply is not a curse when you know how to hold it. And maybe that is the real secret here. Pisces is connected to the moon because both belong to the hidden part of life. The private part. The part beneath language. The part that remembers, senses, dreams, aches, and hopes. The moon rules your inner tides, and Pisces was born knowing that human beings are made of tides. That not everything important can be seen. That not every truth arrives in words. That some things are meant to be felt before they are ever understood. So when people call Pisces too emotional, they are usually missing the real story. Pisces is not too emotional. Pisces is emotionally fluent in a world that often rewards emotional numbness. Pisces notices what others edit out. Pisces responds to what others suppress. Pisces carries the beauty and pain of being open. And that is why the moon matters so much here. Because the moon reveals what you need, what you fear, what you remember, and what makes you feel safe. Pisces does not just react to those things. Pisces swims in them. It turns them into art, love, intuition, sorrow, compassion, and spiritual depth. It can be overwhelming. It can be heartbreaking. But at its highest level, it is one of the most moving connections in astrology. Pisces and the moon together remind us that softness is not weakness. Sensitivity is not failure. Intuition is not foolishness. And feeling deeply is not something to be ashamed of. It may be the very thing that makes you extraordinary. So if you have strong Pisces energy or a moon in Pisces, this is your reminder. Your gift is real, but your boundaries matter. Your heart is powerful, but it still needs protection. Your intuition is sacred, but it grows stronger when you stay grounded in reality. That is how you stop drowning and start glowing. And if this spoke to something deep in you, like this video, share it with someone who carries Pisces energy, and subscribe for more astrology content that goes beyond the surface. If you have Pisces in your chart or a Pisces moon, tell me in the comments if this felt like your inner world.
Thanks again for watching the video. I truly appreciate your support. If you enjoy it, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I really help a lot and motivate me to keep making more videos for you. See you in your next one. Bye.